Hi guys, Jenna-Belle Montana here, and today we're going to do a pedicure at home. We're going to do no dip toes. So we will be using dip products, but we won't be dipping our toes into the actual product, and I'm going to show you how that happens. The first thing we need to do is remove our old gel polish. To remove my gel polish, I'm going to be using paper towels, some of this soak off gel polish remover acetone base product, and quart size freezer bags. It's important to use freezer bags and not sandwich bags or storage bags, otherwise the acetone will eat through it. So then I place the paper towel folded up into the bottom of the freezer bag, and I put just enough acetone to saturate the paper towel without having a pool of acetone at the bottom. So you see this first one, I put way too much in because I was trying to use up my old product, and now I have the new one, so this second one is a much more reasonable amount. This is about how much I would recommend using, just enough to saturate the paper towel without that pool of acetone in the bottom of the bag. Now I'm just going to place my foot into the bag and let it soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. And honestly, that's one of the most difficult things for me to do, is to wait that amount of time. So later on, when you see me removing the actual gel polish, I don't wait long enough, but I do recommend waiting the 10 minutes, and then it's really super easy. So patience will make the whole process a lot simpler and a lot less effort. During that 10 to 15 minute waiting period, I do periodically reach down and rub the paper towels against the toenails to create friction and warmth, and to help that acetone really quickly eat away that gel polish. Now we're just going to take a metal cuticle pusher and scrape off the gel polish that should be softened from soaking in the acetone. So now I just slip on a pair of socks, I clean up my mess, and then I wash my feet. I just sit on the edge of the bathtub and wash them with regular body soap. And then now I'm ready for the next step in the process. So now I'm going to file and shape my nails, and I'm also going to remove the cuticles. Now I am not a professional, so when I go in with the cuticle scissors, I move fairly slowly and I'm very careful, because they are pretty dangerous, especially if you are an amateur like me and you don't know exactly what you're doing. So definitely just take what I'm doing with a grain of salt and know that I'm not a professional. This is just how I give myself a at-home pedicure. This step does take a long time, but the more thorough you can be with cleaning the nail surface, the longer your pedicure will last. Now we're going to clean and sanitize the nails and the skin all around it with 91% alcohol, and then we'll go ahead and get into our Beetles dip nail kit. Now we're going to apply the Beetle's Step 1 base coat, just a thin layer. Then we'll go ahead and take the cuticle pusher. We did sanitize this with the 91% alcohol after we used it to clean our toes. And we're going to scoop up the dip powder and sprinkle it onto the toe, making sure we cover the entire surface. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and tap off, continue on the rest of the toes, and by the time we work our way all the way around through our 10 toes, we should be ready to start the second coat on the first toe. Now we're going to use a fluffy makeup brush to dust off all of the excess product before we move on to the next coat. It's really important, no matter what the directions say, do not apply activator in between the two steps. You don't want to apply the activator until you're all done with all of your color coats. Now we just repeat that first step 1 base coat process where we brush on the base coat, sprinkle on the dip powder, tap it off, and make sure that you do that on all 10 toes. Now we're just going to put the lid on our dip powder because we are all done using that. We're going to slide the dirty paper towel over, place a clean paper towel down just to reduce the amount of mess that we're making on the floor. And now we're ready for the next step. Again, we're going to take our fluffy brush and we're going to brush off any excess product. We're also going to take our cuticle pusher and just go around the shape of the entire toenails, making sure that we don't have any product touching or overlaying on our skin. And this is really going to help the manicure or the pedicure last the longest. You can also use a soft toothbrush. I have one just from the Dollar Tree to knock off any excess product before we apply the activator part of the kit. Now we're going to take this step 2 activator part of the Beetle's kit. When I apply this, I try not to use too many strokes on the color coat, and I am pretty generous with the amount of activator that I put on. And I also make sure that I apply multiple coats this first time. After the first layer of the activator dries, if you need to do any filing, that's the time to do it. Now I'm going to go in with a second coat of activator, and before it dries completely, I'm going to go in with that step 1 and step 3 base / top coat. And if you put it on close to the time that you put on the activator before the activator dries, it allows it to be a quick drying top coat. So that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna quickly go in after we apply this second coat of activator and put that top coat on. As soon as we're done putting the top coat on all 10 toes, we're gonna go in and quickly put a second coat and then let it dry for about 5 minutes. Once it's dry, I make sure to clean up my mess, vacuum the floor, and then I like to just take off my clothes and hop in the shower, because you may have noticed throughout the video that there's a lot of product building up on the bottoms of my feet. And so I just grab my clothes, take a shower, and then here's the final results. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. Bye.